Yo, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna share with you about a fix and flip that we did that we messed up. Okay, we didn't make the profit we thought we were gonna make. I'm gonna share with you the deal, the address, all the things we did and all the things we did poorly. And if I were to go back, what we would do again, so you don't make the same mistake. If you're out there learning how to fix and flip or doing some fix and flips or wholesale deals, how to maximize your profit. My name is Raul and I help people start, get that first deal or scale up and buy multiple off-market homes. Whether you want to buy them yourself, wholesale them, fix and flip them, rent them for cash flow, it's up to you. But I show you how to get the best deals on the market, all off market. So anyways, in this video, I'm gonna share with you my screen so you can see the deal, the address, everything that we got. And pretty much I'm gonna share with you what we did wrong, what we didn't do so well. And kind of go from there, right? We all make mistakes, and sometimes I put on here all of our successes and our wins, and sometimes I forget to put how we mess up, but I mess up every single freaking day. I don't really lose money on homes anymore. I've lost money maybe once or twice ever, and I've made those mistakes, but I do not sometimes make the profit I think we're gonna make, and that makes me sad, okay? So let's get into it. So as you can see on my screen here, this is the property. It was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is the address, 577 West 148th Place in Glenpool, Oklahoma. This is right by Tulsa. And the way we got this deal was through our wholesale business. Our wholesale business found this property through our marketing. This one was also through, was this through Google or text message? This I think was through text message marketing as well. We text the homeowner saying, hey, we see your house, are you looking to sell it? They said, sure, we're actually moving out. We're moving out of Oklahoma, so we want to sell it. They actually had the property vacant for like 2 or 3 years. It was rented before, then they never got around to it. It was just sitting there. And the previous owners were moving out of town to somewhere else. I can't remember where. And they just didn't want their property in Oklahoma anymore. So we jumped in, and as you can see here, we bought it for $65,000. And originally our first method of when we got this property under contract, when we agreed with the homeowner at $65,000 that we were going to purchase it, our first thing was to wholesale it, meaning to sell it right away as is, to not buy it, not fix it, not flip it, just get it for 65 and sell it for 75 as it is. And unfortunately, we weren't successful. We sent it to a bunch of buyers. We talked to a bunch of realtors in the areas, and for some reason, we weren't able to sell it. Very strange. But I see this house, and here are the pictures, right? I see this house. Let me make sure I'm recording. Yep, I'm recording. I see this house, and here are the pictures we took. We hired somebody in the area to go take pictures for us. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, like this is a good little neighborhood. This is a nice looking home. It's brick, meaning it's made out of concrete. Let me see what else here. It's got a nice yard. It looks nice on the outside. You could see the neighbors. Also, it was built in 1986, I think. Let me verify that information before I talk crap. It was built in 1982. Okay, so I'm like, man, it's a brick house built in 1982 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Like, man, like, what am I missing here? Why is no one buying this for like 75, 79,000? And we had it at 65. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what it is, but it got to the point that, I want to show you the inside real quick here. This guy did a good job with pictures. That's the AC, it's kind of old. It's still working, but it's old. Come on, let's get into the inside. All right, there's a door. We're about to go inside now. I mean, it's not like the most beautiful house in the world, but it's pretty. It doesn't need like that much work. It had a little crack there, but we got it inspected and it was not a big deal. Let's see here. It's a lot of, actually that happens a lot in Tulsa, Oklahoma, they told me. So this is the house. It was basically unfinished. They were starting to renovate it. We even kept all the vanities and stuff like that. See, it was like kind of, they actually had the floors in here somewhere too. I think you might see it if we see all the pictures, but as you can see inside, it needs work. It's not like a renovated house. These are the types of houses that we look for to add value in order to be able to make a profit. So, so we got this house and here it is. So we ended up I said, okay, nobody wants to buy it. It's very strange. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy it I'm just gonna buy it. I'm gonna close on it. I'm gonna believe that I can make money on this house. I just see it. It's like a concrete 3-bed, 1.5 bath. So it's like a 3-2. It's in a nice area. I'm like, man, it's so cheap. The rents here are about, here's on Zillow. The rents here are about, I think it was like $800 to $900 in rent. Let's see here. Our house is in this little pocket right here. This is like where our house is. Let's see what's for rent now. Actually, I haven't looked since we bought it. So look, we got here one for rent for $1,200, a 3 1.5 also. Got here a 3-2 for $1,100. We got here a 3-2 for $1,700. We got here a 4-2 for $2,000, a 3-2 for $1,700. So I don't know. I guess we could say that it could easily rent for. Oh, this is an apartment for rent. So I think we could say it could easily rent for $1,000 a month, right? There's $1,200 for it. Would be the cheapest one on the market. It would rent for $1,000 a month. I'm gonna pull up my handy dandy deal analyzer sheet so we can go through it. And let's see what it's worth. Okay, so let's see what things have sold for. I use Zillow just for simplicity, but we actually use REI Automator, which is PropStream. But for those of you who don't have access to any of these fancy softwares, I'm doing this video for you. And actually, a lot of times I even buy houses just on like what Zillow says. So, okay. So our house was in this little pocket right here. So this 65 sale was us. So as you can see, right, we have a 155, 155, 115. We got to be careful because some are 4.2s. You see 4.3, that's bigger. 3.2, about the same size. 115, 133, 124, 135, 125. Oh, there's another one sold for 65. Interesting. We got a 110, 125. So as you can see, between 115 to 125 is pretty safe after repair value. So let's put it 120, right? We'll put it on the lower end. And we bought it for 65,000. Based on these pictures, what does it need in repairs, right? We typically use like a per square foot formula to help us get a pretty good idea. So this house has 1,200 square feet. So I'll go 1,200 square feet. I would say it needs medium repair times 22. So it needs about $26,400 in repairs, okay? It's a very just like simple formula. The best way is actually to get somebody out there and give you some quotes. All right, so everything looks fine and dandy right now, right? So here, the fun part's coming in pretty soon. So taxes every month on this house is about 120 bucks a month. Insurance is about 120 bucks a month, etc. If we were to sell it, we'd use an agent, and we typically like to pay 5% commissions. I don't like to go too low because then the agents aren't incentivized, but I don't like to go 6% because we're investors, we gotta make the most amount of money. So what this is telling me is, and then we said it'll rent for $1,000 bucks a month. Cool. So what this is telling me, the breakdown is, let me make this bigger so you guys can see it. The breakdown is, to fix and flip, we have to invest $92,000 to make $18,000 or a 19.56% return. So almost a 20% return. If we're gonna buy and hold it, we're gonna invest $92,000. We'll make $570 a month, and that'll be $6,900 a year. So it's 7.48% return. So this is if we use our cash. This is if we use our own cash to buy it. So I'm like, man, I can see the vision here. You know, it's not a whole lot of money, but $18,000 for that investment. So I said, okay, cool. I hit up also some of my friends. I went on my email list, and I found one of my partners, Rob, that actually me and Rob do many deals together. We've become good friends. We met through actually my email list. We met, and he lives here in South Florida. We've connected, and we make a lot of money together. So I said, Rob, I got this deal. I'm gonna be honest, man, no one bought it, but I see a vision. He said, hey, I see it too. So he put the $65,000 for us, right? He purchased a house, basically. We put it under both of our names. I found the deal, he funds it, I do all the work, and we split the profits, okay? I don't do that with everybody, but with people that I connect with and people that I like to actually converse with them and stuff, I'll do it. So whatever. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, we did that. And then I said, all right, what do we do next? Because we could put $26,000 in, and we could sell it for 120, we make 18 grand. I'm like, or what if we just list it on the market? Because we weren't able to list it on the market when we were buying it, right? When we had this property under contract, we don't really list them on the market. We sell it, we send them to investors that we find online and through our sources. We have a system and a process how we find investors who are buying these properties. So we send it to them. We send it to about 300 people, and I think we got one offer for like what we had it for 65. We're like, nah, I'm not doing that. So I'm like, what if we just list it on the market and see what happens? So I'm like, okay, it's in pretty nice shape. Let's list it on the market. And I think you can see the history here. Let's see the history. So we listed it on the market for 120,000. Just as is. We're like, screw it. Let's just see what happens. We set on the market for 120,000. Then we dropped it to 115,000 as is. I think at this point we had only put $1,000 in. So we put $1,000 in. We were cleaning it up, and we had to fix some like little cables and things. So at this point we've put in, let's call it 1,500. We put 1,500 in. So we were set to make 42,000 if we sold it, okay? We were just swinging for the fences. We're like, all right, let's just see what happens. Then we went pending sale. We got an offer for $100,000, a cash offer. Someone said, I will buy it for 100K, cash deal. So let's put that here. So we were like, yes, let's take that deal, 100,000. We're gonna make 24 grand. Boom, we don't even have to do any work, nothing. Then reality sets in after like 4 days. The people said, hey, after seeing it, it's too much work for us. We're out, we can't do it. So I'm like, damn it. So we go back on the market for 115,000. And then I'm thinking, I'm like, man, I remember I met a guy at a seminar, at a real estate seminar, that they buy homes in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I hit him up and I said, hey man, I got this property, make a good rental if you want to rent it. After a couple hours of talking back and forth and through text, and he sent somebody to go see it, he's like, hey man, the best I could do is 85,000. I'm like, 85,000? He's like, yeah, but I'll buy it as is, you don't have to do a single thing. And I'm like, damn. 85 grand, like, geez. So I thought about it, me and Rob talked about it, and we ended up accepting the offer. We're like, okay, we don't have to do a single thing. We'll make 10 grand and he can close in 2 weeks. He can close in 2 weeks. So, you know, it's a quick dollar. And ultimately that's what we did. We're actually closing next week. So probably by the time this video is released, we'd be closed and funded. Everything's ready to go, but this was the mess up, right? I don't like to do a deal to make 10 grand. Me and Rob have to split it. So we're making a few $1,000 each of us, right? And that's not what I'm into real estate for. I'm not into real estate to make a few $1,000s, okay? That's not sexy. That doesn't really fulfill any of us, okay? I mean, it's money, don't get me wrong. It's not that I'm not happy that we're doing it. But in my book, this is a mess up. This is a mistake. This is something that, an error. It's something we did incorrectly, I feel. So the purpose of this video is to show you what really, really happened. So we're really gonna make 10 grand on this deal. It'll probably be about 2.5 months start to finish, which is not bad if you think about it. However, it's not that exciting. When we're used to making 25, 35,000, 40,000 on flips, to make 10 grand, it's not fun. So what we did was, what I'm thinking is, okay, what could I have done differently? So I'm like, let me go back on Zillow. I see that a lot of them have sold. I see a lot of them have sold, and what I saw was, what I did was, I'm like, let's see what's for sale right now. What if we would have, so I noticed, I'm like, damn, the only thing for sale right now in this little pocket where our property is one for 158,000. Oops. It's one for 158,000. It's also, it's the same exact house as ours, right? If we were to go back, hold on, let me go here. This is our house. This is what ours looks like. This is the same freaking house, right? The roof is a little different or whatever, but it's the same type of what we call curb appeal. And it's not that nice. Look at the floors, look at the rug, I mean the carpet, sorry. Look at the bedroom, like it's a nice house, it's ready to move in. It looks way nicer than ours, but it's not that nice. To get ours to look like this, we could probably invest 15 to 20K, and they're having for sale for 158,000. They have it 3 days on Zillow. They have 81 saves, 971 views. That's a lot. 19, it's the same exact house, same exact house. So I'm like, damn, if these people, let's say, sell it for 140, okay? Let's say they sell it for 140,000. And I think I would predict it would take us 15,000 to get our house to look like that. It's not a full remodel. It's just like putting some carpet, fixing up some things, painting, patching. 15,000. We would have made $48,000 on this deal. 48 grand. Right? There's some assumptions, right? We have to assume that they don't sell it for 158, they sell it for 140, which I think is a pretty good assumption in this market. And we have to assume it takes 15 grand. But let's say it takes us 20,000. Okay? 43,000. That's that's quadruple what we would have made that we're doing now. And it just would have taken us a little bit more time and some more investment. But for an extra $19,000 invested, we would make an extra $33,000. Okay, so that's a pretty good return on investment. And the other option that we messed up that we could have done is we could have rented it. I mean, I showed you guys what's for rent. So if we would have put here, let's say if we would have put $15,000 to get it like really nice and rent ready, we could have rented it for $1,000 easily. We would have made $576 a month. And I have here calculated if we were to do a refi strategy. If we were to do a refinance strategy, we would be making, it actually wouldn't be that much. We'd be making, wait, no, this can't be right. 1,000, principal, 91K. Oh, but here's the thing. We would have cashed out $91,000. Got it. We would have cashed out $91,000. 65%, 5% interest. Our loan would have been $91,000. Our payment $48. NOI. So we would have made $88 a month. So it's really not that much with monthly expenses. So actually, probably as a refinance is not great. Something seems wrong about this. But anyways, if we would have just kept it rented at $1,000 a month, we'd make 8.5% return on our money. We'd make $570 a month net, clean, on a $65,000 investment plus $15,000. It's pretty nice. Keep that forever, and nice little return. Our flip would have been 60%, and our rental would have been 9%. So we messed up on this deal. You live and you learn. I'll make less of these mistakes going forward as we purchase more homes. I really hope this video helped you. It was just kind of like a little rant on what exactly happens. We don't make profit on every single deal. We don't like crush it on every deal. Sometimes what you see on TV, these like $100,000 profits, it's not completely accurate. So this is a real life example, something that actually happened. We're closing in the next couple days here. We found this property in this market, in this crazy market, 2021. Any market you could do this, any freaking market. Talk to sellers, make offers, learn the business, talk to people about money, talk to people about investing with you, learn how to do this stuff. Learn how to do this stuff and just execute. So hope this video helps. And please, it would really, really mean a lot to me if you like it, subscribe, share. Share it with a friend, a colleague, maybe someone looking to get into flipping, maybe somebody that had a bad flipping experience with flipping a home or something. And maybe this will shed a little bit of light. So appreciate it, guys. See you on the next video. Peace.